The Alberta Party kicking off its annual general meeting today. The AGM taking place in Edmonton over the next 2 days, where the party, led by former Edmonton Mayor Stephen Mandel, will be discussing policy and undoubtedly the next provincial election. Currently, the Alberta Party has just 2 seats in the legislature. This is where we bring in Danielle Smith from Global News Radio 770 CHQR to continue this conversation. Danielle, thanks for taking the time. One thing I know is that Stephen Mandel was very popular in Edmonton. This party is claiming to be a centrist party. Is this going to have a draw for people?
I don't know. I haven't really heard much about it. It's sort of surprising, too, since I think they actually have 3 because they have Karen McPherson and Rick Fraser as well as Greg Clark. And then so it's strangely a Calgary party when it comes to the representation. But with Stephen Mandel being the former mayor of Edmonton, it seems like they should be able to gain some traction there. But it's remarkable. There really isn't much media coverage on them at all. There isn't much a buzz about them at all. It's surprisingly, because I think people thought in the wake of a brand new leadership contest, leadership change, there seemed to have been some background maneuvering to push Greg Clark out because he wasn't seen to be making the kind of strides that they wanted to. And yet every time you look at the poll results, they're down in the single digits. In some ways, they've got a bit of a challenge in trying to say why they're so different from either of the 2 mainstream parties. You've got the NDP, who's kind of locked down the progressive vote. If you care about social justice issues, you're probably going to vote for them. You got Jason Kenney, who's locked down the fiscal conservative vote. If you care about the province's finances, you'll probably vote for him. They want to be a bit of a mixture, progressive on social issues, conservative on fiscal issues, but it doesn't seem to be winning them much support. They are also not immune to some of the problems that we've been seeing with candidate selection. They had to fire a candidate last week because they took a pretty controversial position on the basis of a foreign court's policy around allowing menstruating women to be in the temple. He went to this event and they said, no, sorry, like if you're going to be representing an Edmonton-based riding, you got to be concerned about Edmonton-based issues, and this is offside with who they are. So they've got some branding issues. They've got some issues in trying to be able to gain some traction, and we're going to talk with Stephen Mandel today to see what he's going to do to be able to try to get some momentum back.
Very interesting. Danielle, your show starts at 9:30. Thanks for your time and have a great weekend.
My pleasure.